Dun, dun, dun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's see if this works. And let me bring this up. Give me 1 second, folks. I think we got a red dot. We do. And we got volume. Huh. Yeah, we do. All right, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to Brown's Therapy, episode 1. So, if you're as angry as I am about the way that the season is unfolding, let's commiserate together. So, we don't officially have a cooking show on 330 to go as of yet. So if you're out there and you're interested in starting to broadcast live and do a cooking show for our network, that would be great. So I'm unofficial in regards to being a chef. I'm not, obviously I'm not a licensed chef or anything like that, but I am very passionate about food and cooking. You see a lot of the places we go are food places in and around the 330. We'd like to highlight them. So here I am, welcome to my little kitchen. And one thing I wanted to go over is a nice, simple, I guess you'd use the term recipe, of a salad that you can make toward the end of the season. So as summer comes to a close, you know, crops are winding down, and one of the things that happens is tomatoes, you get that first freeze of the year, a couple frosts, and what happens is if the tomatoes are either on the ground or if they get frozen, they get these little dark spots right here, okay? So what we're going to do, I've already, my dad went and he grabbed a last crop of tomatoes from a farmer's market yesterday. I've already started this process, so we're further ahead, okay? But this is a nice tomato salad that my grandma used to make when I was a kid. And I've kind of added some variations to it, but it's really simple and easy to make, and it's a great way to kind of close down the summer, especially with all those extra tomatoes that you've got that have been touched by frost or whatever. So you can see this is about, I think, 6 or 7 in here already that I've cut up. And I left 2 left just to show you the process. So my weapons of choice, just a little paring knife and just a little serrated Tupperware blade. Shout out to Doug. And what we do is we just want to remove, see the little black spots? And there's little bruise spots. So we just want to get rid of those. Just want to take those right out and just cut them free. It doesn't, you use as much of the tomato. I'll just bring my trash up here. Trying to use as much of the tomato as possible, but you don't want to have the bruised or the black spots in your salad. So we'll just kind of cut those free. You can see, for the most part, now I've got what's left of the tomato there. Same thing with this one. You can see, again, just that top portion. You got some bruises and some black spots. Again, most of these are because it's the end of the season and they got touched by frost. So usually farmers markets will kind of give these away a little bit cheaper at the end of the year. And we'll just take that one free. Take this little guy. Just work your way around there, cut out the cores. And now at this point, I'm just going to chunk it, right? So I'm just going to kind of, you want about half inch in terms of the size of the cubes. Just kind of cube it up, all right? Nothing complicated. But as you're doing this, it doesn't have to be exact. You're just kind of chunking them, right? Because you're making a tomato salad with some fixings. And as you're doing this, what happens is it's also creating juice. And that's important to note because when we go to put our other stuff in with the salad, we don't want to make it like soup. We want it to still have just a little bit of crispness when you go to try it here. You can see some of the other ingredients I've got laid out in front of you. We've got fresh parsley from Acme No. 1. We've got some green onions right here from Acme No. 1. Now, Grandma didn't used to do the green onions. Hers was just tomatoes and parsley. It tasted good. And that's why, like I said, I've kind of made a derivative of it, and it's to season the taste that I like, right? So here we go. We're going to just take those green onions. We're going to start by cutting off the roots. And discard those. By the way, I've already pre-washed everything, just so you know. That was to speed the process up. And now we're just going to kind of cut those into, you want to try and get them between 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And you can just go right up. Some of these are, you can use shallots if you want, but these are green onions. I guess they're pretty much the same thing. But you'll see I'm going to go right up the side, all the way up the stalk of that green. Don't shy away. Of course, we're getting the white onion part there, but the green part is where it's at, right? Because that's what makes it have that salad texture. So I'm going to go pretty much 2/3 of the way, and as you can see, I'm cutting them, I'm moving them over. And that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so there's your pile of onions, and you can see that. Everybody can see that, okay? All right. So I'm just gonna. And by the way, my hands are washed too. So again, I did all that in advance to save time. And now we're almost done, actually. All right. So there's our onions, and that'll add that extra little kick. So we just add those in. There's the onions. And it's the same thing with the parsley. The parsley, I typically don't want to use the, I guess would be the stalk of the plant. I just want most of the, the bushy, leafy part of the plant. So I just will go ahead and I'll just take that parsley like this. And again, I'll just cut them. I want them to be as fine as I can get, about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, right? So we're just going to cut those, and this is what is really going to provide that salad kind of texture to this. All right, we just cut those in, and boy, does that smell good. Ooh, that smells. You got your Italian kitchen smells going on right now. All right, now I'm just going to dump that in there. All right, now here comes the part that is entirely up to you. Okay, at this point, this on its own is good, but now I'm going to add some stuff. And in this case, we grow our own basil. So at Acme Fresh Market and probably most of the competitors, you can find these little plants. So these little plants here, this is a basil plant, and you can see it. We just put it in a container like a vase, and then it's got the little pots that hold it, that are the water kind of pots, which we just put a little bit of soil in there, and then what?
No, it came in the pot as well. That basil's seen better days.
The basil has seen better days, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm assuming we're going to get a new plant.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go ahead. Hi, Kate. Welcome to my cooking show debut here.
My menu board's done.
Your menu board is done. All right. So we're going to take what's left of the, oh man, I could smell it. Just as I'm picking them, you can smell it. So this basil, you can see, is toward the end of its life, right? We've actually used this. How long have we had this thing?
Oh wow, I think I got that in the spring.
All right, so it's done its work, right? And these are what, $2.50 at Acme. Nice job on the board. All right, so I'm gonna just pick these leaves off, and these are the green ones that are still greening up. But the rest, you can see the plant is pretty much dying. Now we will leave it right in the window here, and it does well. And as long as you start them off green, right? So let's go ahead and just add some of these leaves in. You can rip them up however you want. Oh man, that smells good. That smells good. All right, so put your basil leaves in, and that is, again, that's fresh basil that we grow right on our counter. All right, just pop that in there. All right, now the next part is the season to taste part. All right, here's what we got so far. We've got a layer of tomatoes, my green onions, my parsley, and my basil. All right, oh, that smells fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some garlic. So we're going to take, I don't know, again, this is all up to you. I'm just going to do 1 scoop. Let's do 2. 2 scoops of Spice World garlic right there. It's already cloved. It's already minced, diced, whatever the word is. Now here's the kickers. Here's your main ingredients. So we got white vinegar, Evo, and I use coarse salt. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add it up. And I don't, again, depending on how many tomatoes you use, and this is where the experience comes in, you're going to add the amount of vinegar that you think you need to kind of juice this up without it being soupy, because all those tomatoes, as they sit in the refrigerator, are going to provide their own juice for the salad. All right. So I'm going to do 2 healthy pours. So there's 1. There's 2. That should be good. And then we're going to take our next thing here is extra virgin olive oil, Evo, if you know what you're talking about. We're just going to kind of do about a half cup right there, a little spritz. And now I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to mix it up before I salt, because I want those ingredients all over the place. And then we just, if you can see, I'm just going to turn it over. And you see down below, see all the juice now? So as I'm mixing it, all those tomatoes are now releasing some of their juice. And I can smell everything right now. I can smell that vinegar. I could smell that parsley. I could smell those onions and that basil. It's just, oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Nice ending to the summer. Using that last crop of tomatoes. And now at this point, let's salt it up. Salt gives it that little extra kick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 layer of salt, mix it, and then do another layer. Just like that. Let's do 1 more. And this is it. We are done. We'll just mix that bad boy up. Now, here's the kicker. It is good to go, ready to eat right now. But it gets better if you put it in the fridge to chill. Because what will happen is all those juices and all that stuff intermingle, just like a marinade. So now don't be alarmed, because we are using the oil. When you go to eat it after it's been in the refrigerator, it may create a little bit of a crust because of the oil and the salt. So there might be a little crust up top that forms like a little layer, or a film, if you will. All you got to do is just mix that right back up and it's ready to go. All right, so don't be alarmed if when you refrigerate it, it does get that crust. But here you are. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. Look at that bad boy. You got tomatoes, parsley, green onions, garlic, vinegar, oil, salt. That's it. Very simple. Very easy way to end the summer on a really nice salad. Let's take a taste. Let's take a taste. I don't want to wait. You want a taste, Kate?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Make sure I get a little bit of everything. I gotta find find that one of those leaves. There we go. Leaf on there. Little onion on there. Oh, it smells so good. Heaven. Italian heaven. Oh. So again, right out the rip, it's already good. This is really, really heavy in antioxidants, so it's a really good for you salad as well. I love it. All right, so we're going to wrap up here, but let me go ahead and tell you our schedule. On the week, we've got, first of all, make sure you go out and vote tomorrow. I put up the precinct polling location guide to help you. So just go ahead and click on that link and put in your ward, and you can find where you can vote. If you're new to the area, if you're not new, then you should already know. Then on Wednesday, I'm going to head on over to one of our new sponsors, Paws of Perfection. We're going to get a chance to meet them and share their story. They're over in the Kent area. And then on Friday, I got a special treat. We're going to be heading out to a maple farm at an undisclosed location. Ravine's Edge. We're going to go share their story as well. All right. And then on Sunday, I'm going to go cover the Bills game because I'm a glutton for punishment. You need a paper towel? All right. Thanks for interrupting my broadcast.
Anytime.
Paper towel for Kate. Until then, folks, enjoy our shows, enjoy our coverage, enjoy Akron, enjoy Canton, and try and enjoy the Browns. That's all I got. Until then, I don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense in being late. Take care, folks. Have a good night, everybody. And everybody out there, say good night, Shirley.